say this for a reason, because I'm hearing the radio in my head, and it's not on radio. I can hear it, and I've got a lady who's come forward. Now, yes, I know I've got at least one ring.
Is this now?
Yeah, this is what I'm kind of picking up, and this is what she's putting on me at the moment. And I know I've got some rings on my finger, so I'm not saying it's connected to that at the moment, because I've got an image, a memory in my head, which I can see. She's not talking to me at the minute, so I needed to come forward, but she's a really beautiful, positive energy. She really is lovely. And actually, I think she's a little bit lonely as well. Not now, but this is the image that she's given to me. I think that people did visit her, and it feels like she's in a flat or something like that. But she feels a little bit lonely to me, you know, because it's quite quiet, apart from this radio which is going. And she's got glasses on that I can actually see as well. And I would say, looking at her age, from what I can actually see, look, the light's going more as well. From what I can see is that she must be at least 60s plus at least. It's just energy. But I'm seeing her anyway. I won't go on too much about it unless any of you can take it. If you can't, then I will move on. We'll see what else we get. But of course, she's here, and I will keep her here as well. You never know, we might get more. She's in a flat. She's definitely in a flat. I know we're in a flat now, but it's quite high, because I can see out the window there's like a lot of light that's coming through, and I'm not seeing any kind of like curtains across or any netting. If there was curtains, they're open at the minute, and it is a bright day. And I'm high up though. This is a high-rise flat. This is not just 1 or 2 floors up. Okay. I know you guys obviously can't take it at the minute, but I'm going to give it you anyway. And she's on the settee and she's listening to the radio. I think that she would have had the TV on, but the radio seems to be comfort. It's almost like she's hearing another voice, and it's like comfort for her. I have to be honest, I kind of felt like maybe a carer comes in or something like that, because it's like she's waiting for someone to come and do something for her. I don't think she's particularly able-bodied, and she gets out of this flat very much, and she doesn't seem to be very good on her feet. And I think she's got a little bit of weight because of that as well, because she's not very good at getting around. But she is the kindest soul, and she's so nice. Now, I know you guys are not taking that, but it's fine. Please keep this information. I'm going to describe the room, because if you talk to family and they know who it is, she's Caucasian as well, just to let you know.
What's that?
White.
White.
And you don't take it now, but you might know who it is. And she's given me a real image in my head, and I want to give this to you because she's obviously doing it for a reason. And then we'll move on. All right. So you can see the window, big window as well. Doors behind me, because this is how I work. Doors behind me, which leads out into the hallway. I don't think she gets out very much. I don't think the neighbours are particularly nice as well. I don't think she connects with them. You know, she's the old school of everybody knows everybody, and she doesn't now. The kitchen's that way as well, that I can see, and she's like lying on this settee, and I think there may be 1 or 2 more chairs by the window as well. TV feels like it's on that side, that I can see, and I don't know where the radio is. I can hear it, but I can't see it, so I think it might be in the kitchen, because it's not very loud, but I can hear it. And the toilet's that way next to the kitchen as well, that I can actually detect with her. She's got glasses on, they're quite big glasses, not really small ones. And she's got like blonde, whitish hair. It's not dark hair, but it's light anyway. We'll say blonde, but it's definitely got a lot of white in it, stuff like that, because of her age and everything else. And she's wearing a dress that I can actually see, like a long one, flowers, like not flowers, flower pattern, quite old-fashioned looking, but and she's lying down because her legs hurt. My legs hurt, and that's what she's saying to me. My legs hurt. And I don't think she was very good on her feet. And if she did get on her feet to make herself a drink, she would have to shuffle and hold on to things in case she fell over. Alright? I know you guys are not taking this, and that's fine, but I won't go any more than that. Alright? If, however, you speak to family and they do know who that might be, let me know.
It's Shirley.
Hmm?
It's Shirley.
You might know who it is.
It's my Auntie Shirley.
Okay, don't tell me any more though at the minute, because I've got other stuff. Is there anything that doesn't make sense? If it doesn't, that's fine, because I will go back to her and I will ask her.
No.
It all makes sense, including the layout.
Yeah.
The layout's important because the toilet is... I'm tingling now. This is good. This means we've got a connection, okay? Right. Now I've got a connection, and I'll give you a bit more. I'll ask her to do something. Preferably, I want her to go over and give you a hug or touch you. That's important.
I've got tingles on my face.
She is near you. She's in the room and she is near you.
It's not even funny, I've got tingles on my face.
The room is quite light because of the windows, but the walls are not dark, but I can't see any wallpaper. It's almost like they're just like one colour. I'm not seeing like wallpaper really. It's like they've been painted fairly recently, but they're not. The windows make the room light. If you have the curtains closed and everything else, it goes quite dark because of the colour. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like brown or anything. I don't think it's green or something, but it's
green.
Okay, right, that's good. And the toilet is very dark in there, and there's not much of a light burning away, and I think it's quite hard sometimes to see in there properly. And the bulbs, the lighting or the electrics in that place are not great, and they have a tendency of popping, but she can't do anything about that. And she's just telling me that, and especially the bathroom, she doesn't feel very comfortable in the toilet in there. For some reason, she doesn't like going in there. I think it's just quite dark, there's no windows. I'm not seeing any light in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's very dark in there. And I think maybe that she's got like one of those adapted seats, and maybe she can put her hand on that kind of thing and sit down because she's so bad on her feet. And when she goes and sits down, I'm obviously not going to elaborate in the toilet, but she's showing me this for a reason, because everything to her was a problem and a hurdle. It's like everything was a chore. Not in a horrible way. Do you know what? She's so positive. She's not a moaner. She's not somebody who feels sorry for herself. She's somebody who gets on with it. And she's old school British. She gets on with it. You know what I mean? She can't be doing with people moaning and complaining, because she's saying there's people worse off. And that's what she's saying to me. And I don't know if that's what she would have said alive, but she's saying to me, there are people worse off. Okay? I've got what I've got, and I'm grateful. I'm lucky, because there's people worse off than me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But she's really nice energy. She's beautiful, but she's on her own, and I think she's definitely missing somebody, male. I don't know whether it's husband, because she's not telling me at the moment, but it's almost like a part of her is missing, and there is a seat which should be filled by somebody else. And she does look at that, and I actually think when she was alive, she even talked almost like he was still around. Does that make sense? Not when when she was on her own, she would almost like have a chat with him, because she knew he was around with her. Because she feels quite spiritual to me. She feels like she is connected with stuff like that, and she does believe that he is still with her. Does that make sense? Good. You okay? You okay
Yeah,
to carry on?
fine.
You cold?
No, I've just got tingly. Yeah.
She is by you, and she... Okay. Alright, I will tell her that. She's saying to me, I don't have any problems with my feet anymore. Okay, I'm alright now, because she's standing quite proudly next to you, and she's standing high, and I think she's very happy. I know she's not got a physical body anymore, but she's very happy that she's not in pain. I think she went through a lot of pain, you know. The painkillers didn't work, she's telling me. And actually, I think there are times, sorry, I do this because when they're working with me, I end up rubbing my down a bit more, I don't know. But she said to me that the tablets didn't work, and sometimes she skipped them and she didn't take them all because they didn't do nothing. She says, well, they don't do anything anyway. And I don't think she liked popping tablets. She didn't like doing that. And didn't like rattling. She's saying rattling around. Whenever I was walking anywhere, I'd be rattling. And she didn't like it.
I still say that now.
But somebody used to tell her off because she's not taking her medication. Female used to have a bit of a go at her and say, you need to look after yourself. If you need help, why don't you call me? This is what she's saying to me. But she wouldn't, because she says, I'm alright, I'm fully capable of looking after myself. And this is what she's saying to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Normal.
But she did need help in the end.
Normal.
She did. And she didn't pass on her own. She's telling me that. She wasn't on her own. And he was there waiting. That is important. Okay? And I think that must make sense to your mum more than anything else then, because the fact is that he was there waiting, and he held his hand out when she moved, when she came out of the body. He was there to take her hand. He is with her now. I can't see him with her at the minute, but she's telling me he is actually with her now. She's not on her own anymore. Okay? And she is happy. She's alright now. Alright? but she doesn't want you guys to get upset because somebody, I don't know if it's your mum, but there's somebody who still cries and still gets upset every now and again. And somebody's looking at photos, and it, probably of her and him, I think, but somebody's definitely looking at photos, and I think fairly recently actually, because she was there and she knew, and she's saying, please don't cry anymore, I'm alright now, okay, I'm alright, you don't need to cry for me anymore. She's going to stay with you though, because I think she stays with you guys anyway, alright? She stepped forward though, so I don't think she's connected with you all the time. I think it's probably your mum in that case, because I think she's around her a lot, and there's something going on. She's not telling me because, you know what, family business is private, and that's not for you to know. This is what she said to me, because I dig, I have a tendency of digging a little bit. And I said, oh, what's going on in family? Because I'm a nosy kid. And I said, what's going on? And she said, that's not for you to know. And she was quite sharp with that. I think when she lost her temper, she could really have a go at you. She really could. She was a strong lady too. She's not weak in any way. Physically, she was weak towards the end, and she was ready to go. She's telling me that she was ready to go. But she is also saying to me that she was very strong and she won't take no nonsense from anybody. Does that make sense? Because she does not. And I think there was times some people have crossed her and she's ripped them apart, verbally ripped them apart. And they didn't mess with her again, I'll tell you.
Not just verbally when she was younger.
All I'll say is I ain't pushing any harder, because if I do, she's likely to smack me one, and I don't want that. Okay. Good for you though, if I fall off my chair. So. I'm going to thank you though, because these guys obviously want to get someone to come through as well. But are you happy? Is that okay?
Yeah, no,
It feels like this hand's heavy.
You have got somebody connected to you, but it's not her. There's somebody around you.
It feels like
and
it suits my hands.
I have to be honest, it's a man. There's a male connected to you, and I'm trying to get him to come forward. I know you gave me the ring and all the rest of it, but there's a man connected to you, and he's not quite speaking to me yet, because I don't think he particularly liked me when he was alive. I don't think he goes for all this kind of mediumship stuff. I think he probably would have punched me one, to be honest. No, he's not horrible,
No.
but I think if I was trying to talk to him in a pub, I was trying to have a conversation in a pub, he would turn around and walk away thinking, weirdo, I ain't talking
Don't
to
try and
him.
lift my hand in a car.
Okay, but there is definitely a man around you, but we'll come back to that. He's not talking to me, so. But I'm going to ask her, she's not going to go nowhere, so you might feel your hair being touched and shoulder and all that stuff. Just go with it, it's her, alright?
Okay.
And she'll go back home with you, and she'll be with your mum again, okay? And she's there to give you comfort, remember that. She does see it. Just every now and again talk to her. I know you might feel a bit daft. Just talk to her, call her by name. She's not telling me her name, but just call her by name and talk to her, because she is listening. Alright?
Had a seance party with my friend, had a message through from an auntie. The message was very personal to me, made a lot of sense. Really knew what he was talking about, even to the point where the layout of the flat was spot on, the colour of the walls was spot on. I was really quite shocked by it, but really quite pleased at the same time. So really impressed with my reading. Thank you very much.